I kind of start from this queer and queer, and that stays also for me. I really like also the friction in between, and when it kind of shifts more towards the rebellion side, and when it shifts more towards the being different or like other or detoring side, and how that goes together.
I'm mostly busy at the moment with this idea of the other. If we don't want to fix it, then there is always another way. There is always a kind of infinite. And I like for this Nomadic Academy now that it gives me a lot of freedom, that I have the feeling that I have the feeling every day we restart, I come again with this feeling of like, okay, this could be like completely different.
Here.
Totally.
Yeah. And I find also the different ways of input, so physically doing something or watching a movie or making a soup or the different activities also change the perspective of which role you take and how you, I find it very fascinating.
And you feel like you have some passive work to do, like digestion, like sleeping over it, like letting it sink, but not actively like researching. But that's a part of the research, really, let it nourish the body.
There's still sort of things about what it can mean as like queer time, queer temporality for me. And
to think about space into the context of movement, also into the nomadic concept, so to say, I really enjoy thinking about the two subjects of queer and queer, because it's like dipping in and out. I feel a bit like a duck or a swan, like dipping to the ground, grazing a bit of the floor and then coming up again, thinking, oh, it looks like this here.
From this queer and queer, these smaller approaches start to get distilled for me what interests me. And at the moment, for example, I'm really of the feeling I'm really enjoying the thinking of this linking, because I think it can make so much like it. I can dislink any kind of behavior from expectation from norm, any kind of body from also again expectation norms. I don't know, but also then when, for example, especially when we were yesterday talking quite a bit about utopia and the link also what queerness and art actually can, how this throws something out there and talks back from their throwing out. This linking maybe from the here and now, and this linking from habit. So I don't know. Yes, I don't know. So this linking, I think, is at the moment very important for me. And otherwise, I think also at the end of the Nomadic Academy in Poland, it's the this in between zones, in between space, in between people, in between gender, in between situation, the gaps. Like there's something that I find. It's stimulating my mind quite a bit, and I like it also in as much in terms of the choreographic thoughts than as the content thoughts.
I think some things stay for me a lot, like these topics of in between, gaps and grey zones. I'm still very curious about a grey zone, what that can mean. I think that from it being undefinable, that's also a topic I'm super interested in. I think there's sort of if something's undefined, does that provide more freedom? And there's sort of these lines of, I think that's part of it. There's undefined unknown that can provide more freedom, but also there's maybe, because I think of grey as this, I do this action a lot because I think also it links into a non-efficiency and a not feeling like it has to be like this. It can be this in between. It can be this not quite, and what that can allow.
Analyzed words, but also iconic, gestures or movement behind words like queer or like everything is compartmentalized and everything is structured, but yet it is not. It's completely not.
I like something of doing propositions for, actions for, or trainings for certain, to go against certain things.
The attitude in the group is extremely open. Everybody is very particularly different in a very nice way. So the thoughts which come also allow always to really talk about topics from which perspective you can see it.
There'll be a proposition, and this actually feeds in another, and very organically that someone else adds something, and this, this kind of flow, and not flow, or we just go along, but kind of that it goes in different directions. I wouldn't expect.
I really enjoy the fact that we are not producing anything, and that I can really allow myself not to know where it's going.
I mean, it's linked to this otherness, but like I wish that it keeps having the feeling of opening doors.